NHL playoffs ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਲਈ ਸਿਰਫ ਖਿਡਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਕੋਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਚਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੀਫਸ ਕੋਚਿੰਗ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਹੈਰੀ ਮਹੇਸ਼ ਜੁੜਿਆ ਹੈ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਲਕਮ
Thanks for having me.
You know, we spoke about a year ago.
Yes.
And you told me that your mantra as a coach is to tell the kids never settle, even if it is your dream to make it to the NHL. And here you are realizing that dream. What was it like first day walking into that locker room?
You know what? It was a little surreal. I told myself I'd give myself a couple of moments to let it sink in. You know, it's something I've always wanted to do and achieve. So once I stepped in there, I kind of looked around and I was, telling myself like, I can't believe I'm here. But then right away, you kind of put that aside and you get to work. I know this job is very fast paced, so I didn't want to, look too in awe of my first day. So I made sure I took a moment to kind of embrace it. And then I just went back to being a coach.
And your career has taken you around the world as a player and a coach. But Toronto de vich hockey khedਣ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਹੀ ਸਵਾਦ ਆ. So what's it been like working with the organization and learning from the experts?
It's been great. I mean, everything in Toronto with the Leafs is first class. And, coming from the junior program, it was a big difference. You just see all the resources and the staff available to you and just how much everybody cares. This is obviously the hotbed of hockey in the world. And getting put in that pressure cooker and obviously what's an important season for the Maple Leafs was awesome. I hit the ground running from day one and the season's flown by, to be honest.
You grew up watching players like Pavel Bure and Lemieux, but as you transitioned into your coaching role, you started to look at other key figures, much like Manny Malhotra, someone that is so respected in the South Asian community. Now you're getting to learn from him. How is he leaving a lasting impact on you?
Manny's been great. He's somebody that he was one of the first players I recognized, when he was playing in World Juniors, and to get to work alongside of him, you get to see just how respected he is. Everywhere he goes, people are always saying hi. He takes his time to introduce himself to everybody. Nobody says anything bad about Manny. He's a great guy. He's very knowledgeable about the game. I've got the opportunity to work with him closely on a few games and some pre-scouts for opponents, and he's very detailed and he trusts me, and I think that was a big thing is coming into a situation like this. You don't want to make any mistakes, and Manny made me feel very comfortable from the beginning.
Can you give us an example of how he was able to do that?
I think it was one of the games early in the season. We were playing, and he actually just shot me a text and said, "Hey, can you watch a couple of these games and put together some clips for the pre-scout?" And it was kind of my first real task in the NHL, preparing a team for a game. And I sent him some clips, and later on the next morning, he was presenting it to the team, and I saw a lot of things I presented him or sent him, being shown to the team, and that was kind of my first moment of like, okay, I kind of contributed to an NHL game, and for Manny to trust me to do that, and then use kind of the information I gave him, meant a lot.
And as you're wrapping up your tenure here, what are some key takeaways for you?
Some of the key takeaways is the one thing I've learned being at this level is they say the better you are as a person, the longer you last. And you can see that with some of the people who've been in Toronto for a long time, just how well people speak of them. You can know the game a lot, but if you have the respect of your peers, it goes a long way in this game. And that's something I find they really preach a lot, especially in this organization. Also, one of the key takeaways is, you can come in feeling overwhelmed, but if you're supported by the right people, they can really empower you to leave this with confidence. And that's kind of where I feel right now is I felt very confident coming into this job. And the last 8 months, just the amount that's grown has been even more than I could have expected. And this program has done a lot for me.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.